To not depend on the West, the Ukrainian defense concern has set up the production of ammunition. This is about shells of 122 and 152 mm caliber, for which most of the Ukrainian artillery is designed. The work has been going on for several months.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now making thousands of our Ukrainian artillery ammunition, 122, 152 mm for cannons, 120 mm for mortars, on behalf of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. That is why the project for the production of ammunition by Ukroboronprom has not just started, but has rushed by leaps and bounds. Oleg Boldarev, project manager of Ukroboronprom, on Facebook.
The production of heavy weapons together with NATO countries is another Ukroboronprom project. Experts believe that this will not only increase the efficiency of the armed forces of Ukraine, but also quickly integrate Ukraine into the alliance defense system. Help for Ukraine has united people all over the world. For a unique project, Sea Drones, residents of different countries raised more than $6 million. You can join the collection on the United 24 platform.
The Sea Drone is a unique and secret Ukrainian development. Their main task is to protect the waters of the Ukrainian seas and civilian cities from cruise missiles that Russian troops launch from ships. The fleet will also help open a corridor for civilian ships carrying grain for the world, from the message of the press service of United 24.
Experts are confident that the fleet of drones will be able to put an end to Russian dominance in the Black Sea. The effectiveness of drones is also evidenced by the fact that Russian ships are already afraid to leave their bases.
They are forced to hide them in some base, so that this fleet ceases to be a pirate one. They no longer drive along the Black Sea, they hide in a bay near the coast, and recently there was also an explosion in Novorossiysk. For some reasons, everybody are silent about it. Apparently, the drone also arrived there and very far, and very successfully.
After all, unlike the mobilized Russians, the Kremlin appreciates and protects its own fleet. Russia cannot build new ships. There are no both components and funds. After all, losses are daily. Ukrainian volunteers help to make them even more tangible. The Come Back Alive Foundation purchased and donated to Ukrainian intelligence equipment which is capable of reducing Russia's offensive potential.
Given the secrecy, we cannot reveal the details of this cooperation, but its results will definitely be reflected on the battlefield. According to our estimates, in October alone, the project, which we call the black box among ourselves, cost millions of dollars in damage to Russia. Together with philanthropists and all concerned Ukrainians, we will continue to influence the combat capability of the enemy. Kirill Budanov, head of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, on the website of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine.
Not only intelligence is talking about the imminent defeat of Russia in the war against Ukraine. The Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine is sure that the armed forces of Ukraine will be able to deoccupy Crimea by the end of December, and the war may end by summer.
We can enter Crimea, for example, by the end of December. It is not impossible that we will. I think Russia can face a black swan in its country, inside Russia, and this can contribute to our success with Crimea. Volodymyr Haurilov, Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine, in an interview with Sky News.
The black swan that will put an end to the Putin regime can be precisely the liberation of Crimea from Russian invaders. After all, the peninsula for the Kremlin has a sacred meaning, as proof of the myth of the invincibility and greatness of Russia, which Ukraine destroyed in almost 9 months of the war.
You can see the horizon when the war ends, when Russia is unable to fight. They are still fighting on the basis that we cannot lose. And secondly, that it is winter and we will destroy the Ukrainian infrastructure and they will sit down at the negotiating table.
But Kyiv is not going to sit down at the negotiation table until Russia withdraws its troops from the territory of Ukraine. The armed forces of Ukraine liberated half of the territories that Russia occupied after February 24th. And despite the Kremlin's expectations, the Ukrainian army is not going to stop the counteroffensive. Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Ksenia Barvinenko, UATV News.